Hi guys, it's Caitlin, and today I am here to bring you the intimidating TBR pile book tag. This book tag was created by Lindsay over at Lindsay Ray. I will go ahead and link her account down below so that you can check it out if you'd like to. I was not tagged by anyone, but I did see this video on a couple of channels and I really liked it, so I thought that I would participate as well. Question number 1 is, what book have you just not been able to finish? And for me, unfortunately, that is The Sword of Shannara by Terry Brooks. This is the first book in the Shannara Chronicles following elves in this magical world. It's kind of like post-apocalyptic. It sounds like a very, very good concept, but I tried to read this back in January. I got like 120 pages in, and it just wasn't holding my interest. We get pages and pages of description of like their surroundings and very little actual story progression. We get more paragraphs describing the sparks of a fire than we do describing the mission they've been on for a week. I really want to read this book. I know that a lot of people have loved it, but so far it just hasn't been my cup of tea and I have been unable to finish it. What book have I yet to read because I just haven't had the time? For me, that is Clariel by Garth Nix. This is the newest book slash the prequel in the Abortion trilogy, which is a trilogy about necromancy and magic that I actually really, really love. And this book came out a year, possibly 2 years ago, and I was really excited to get it. Since then, I just haven't had the time to pick it up. I really love that you can see those glimmerings on it. I like this. I could just do this for the rest of the video. What book have I yet to read because it's a sequel? For me, this is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is the third book in the Throne of Glass series, and I haven't picked this book up yet because I just barely got around to reading Crown of Midnight. This book comes after it, and it's not really a priority of mine. In fact, I only even own this book because I found it for $3 on Book Outlet, and it was the hardcover. And at that point, I had the first 2 books, and I'd only read the first one. I was like, why not? I'll pick it up. Like, I don't hate the series. Like, I think it's all right. What book have I yet to read because it's brand new? This is kind of cheating, but I'm going with Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Dark Artifices trilogy. I haven't finished it yet as I'm filming this video. Not because it's bad, but because it's just brand new. Because reading it kills me inside. What book have I yet to read because I read another book by the same author and I didn't enjoy it, and this one's gonna be a little bit controversial, and that is Every Last Breath by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the third and final book in the Dark Elements trilogy, which I actually enjoyed. In between reading the second book, which I like, there was a gap before this book came out, in which I read the Lux series, which I did not like, and Don't Look Back, which I also did not like. So far, out of the books I've read of hers, which is at this point, I think, how many is that? 5, 6, 7, 8? Out of 8 books that I've read by her, this is the only trilogy that I've enjoyed so far, but because I did read her other 6 books that I didn't like, it's really put a bad taste in my mouth for reading this one, because I don't like how she concludes series, and I thought the Lux series was pretty awful. Yeah. What book have I yet to read because I'm just not in the mood for it? For me, this one is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. I love Colleen Hoover's books so far. You can see them right there. Look at that. Look at them. They're so nice. And I was reading her books. I was marathoning them one after another, loving every one. And then I heard this was her best one, and I ordered it, and I loved the cover. And then I came out of my mood for contemporary, and I've been reading nothing but fantasy ever since. I don't want to risk not liking this just because I was in the mood for fantasy and forced myself to read new adult contemporary. What book have I yet to read because it's humongous? And that is me cheating a little bit by saying The Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. I read Outlander at the beginning of last year and I loved it. It was pretty thick, so it took me a while to get through. I mean, I sped through it pretty quickly, but you can't really speed through Outlander, let's be honest here. And I really want to continue on, but look at the size of the rest of these books. Like, look, Outlander is an infant, and this thing could eat my whole family. It's huge! What book have I yet to read because it was a cover buy that turned out to not have the best reviews? This one kind of fits into that criteria, not 100%, but a little bit, and I have to go with Ruby Red by Kirsten Gear. This book I'd heard a little bit about on BookTube, and then I saw this gorgeous cover on Book Outlet, and I was like, I want that. It's gorgeous, and I like this cover way more than the other covers I've seen. But then I started hearing bad reviews about it, how it's kind of clunky and the characters aren't that great and the story's kind of slow and how so many people don't like it. And so now I'm just kind of looking at it like, And finally, what is the most intimidating book in my TBR pile? That is a collection of 4 novels by Jane Austen. I read Pride and Prejudice for the first time last year and I loved it, but it did take me a while to kind of comprehend the language and the way the story was written and to really get into the flow of things so that I not only knew what was happening and what was being said and talked about, but that I enjoyed it. Now I'm nervous because it took me a while to get into that. And I've heard that Pride and Prejudice is her best one because I know that a lot of other people love that book best. Like, that's generally widely considered to be everybody's favorite Jane Austen novel. And I got that one out of the way first, so now I'm like, what if I don't like the others as much? What is gonna happen? I'm really intimidated by this book. I really want to read it, but classics are intimidating. Especially classics like this, where they're huge and everybody loves them and you're cultured if you read them and you're an uncultured swine if you do not. And I don't want to be an uncultured swine, but I'm really nervous. This is gonna be a mess. A masterpiece, that's a word. Everyone's gonna die today. So this was my contribution to the intimidating TBR pile book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know which of these books you've read and what you thought of them. Give me encouragement to read these books. Tell me which of these books are on your TBR pile. What books are on your TBR pile that are really stressing you out? Hit like if you liked this video. Hit subscribe if you really liked it. Oh, I'm working out and I'm tired. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. I was killed by a pile of unread books. I can't wait till I'm back in the mood because I'm so excited for this. This cover is stunning. Go to the store and look at it in person if you haven't seen it on your own shelves yet, because this does not do it justice. You don't realize, watching videos about it, how gorgeous this book is. Because I'm looking at it on camera right now and it doesn't look that great. And then I look like this and it's like, damn, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.